Hello Scorpio, so I'm doing your weekly reading, your bonus weekly reading for October the 19th to the 26th. As always, timestamps will be in my description box below because these readings, they are extended ones, so you know they run on for a little bit longer than the normal readings, so you can skip through anything. Okay. Scorpio, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous about your reading today. It's the strangest thing. So I've got two decks sitting just here. Yeah? You can barely see them, right? The green deck and the red one here. They've not wanted to come out for like 3, maybe 4 years. I think that green one a bit longer, actually. That green one maybe 5 years. For whatever reason today for your reading, both of these decks that I thought I was going to have to get rid of because they just never called to come out, they both wanted to come out today. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but we'll wait and see how we get on. Right. The Elephant and Forgiveness for your Spirit Animal Guidance message. Now, this one has come out for you guys quite recently. It's definitely within the past 2 weeks. It's come out for you. And it's coming out again, right? It says, if you're feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking for you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You're being asked to forgive and be gentle with others, right? So with this one, and I always say, look, forgiveness is what you make it, okay? It isn't anybody's place ever to tell you that you have to forgive another person. What I will say is, it is your place to forgive yourself, right? And that's why forgiveness is what you make it. The important part of this energy, some of you might be feeling angry about a specific issue or towards a specific individual this week, okay? Now, anger, it has a purpose. All of your emotions have a purpose. It's what you do with it that dictates what kind of person you are or what you're going to do next. And indeed, the consequences that follow up thereafter, right? Every single emotion has got a purpose. This week it's tapping into that emotion of anger. Anger as in the parts of you that know that you deserve to be treated better, right? It can be tied in with grief as well. Now, keep in mind, they're not on about entitlement anger, right? It's not that kind of anger. This is totally different. This is legit the parts of you that know you deserve to be treated better. And how are you going to process that anger? Now, I don't know yet if this is a person that's pulling that out of you or if this is a situation that's pulling that out of you. We don't know yet. We don't have enough cards, okay? Could be a little from column A, a little from column B, right? When we feel angry, yes, you never take action while you're angry. That is definitely true. It puts you in a vulnerable position. Okay. So, again, utilize this one very, very carefully. Also, with it being an elephant, like famously, elephants have got very long memories, right? Now, the thing with this, someone could well be accusing you of holding grudges when in actual fact, you're maintaining your boundaries. And it might be that makes you feel angry, okay? So we will find out more as we pull more cards, because as I say, I've only got one card, right? I'm not going to sit here and make a whole bunch of guesses, right? The point is, your anger has a purpose. You don't take action while you're feeling angry, but you listen to what that anger is conveying to you, right? So let's take a look at your rune. What rune message do you have for Scorpio, please? For the October 19th to the 26th. Oh, what? Okay. Ah, interesting. 3 runes and 2 places. So we're going to take it from the top. First rune is WEDS, which is accidents. It's chaos. It can come through either a lack of planning, a lack of foresight, or just life being a shit, the way that sometimes life can be just a random shit to you, right? If you know that you're about to undertake something this week, Scorpio, that's very important, then it would serve you well to make sure that you've crossed all your T's and dotted all of your I's, okay? So that you can avoid any potential pitfalls, any potential disasters, right? It says accidents, obstacles, suffering, and hopelessness, right? So again, little from column A, little from column B. Is this coming in through a lack of foresight and a lack of planning on your part or on someone else's part? Or is it just life throwing you a little bit of a curveball? Either way, the general advice with WEDS is almost always take your time, slow down, do not rush anything. And certainly do not be signing anything this week without having it reviewed by an independent professional, okay? Because it can indicate entrapment or an attempt at entrapment, okay? So there's that one, and that's the overall message of the runes. If you just bear with me a second, I've got one of my cats. She's trying to dig her way out of the bedroom. It's crazy. Right, so what we're looking at here, you got Answers, Asgard, TUES, and Midgard. Okay, so this one here is Odin's rune. It's pretty much exactly how it sounds. It sounds like answers, right, as in questions and answers. It's all about information, communication, wisdom, and understanding. Okay, Odin's rune. He pretty much knew everything that was going on because of his little messengers, okay? What communication's coming in? It's to do with this Asgard energy. Divine judgment's decree, outcome. This combination as a pair indicates being blessed and blessings coming in, right? You've heard of the phrase blessed by the gods. That's this combination here. Okay, Scorpio. So, yes, at the moment you are very much being blessed by the gods. But that's not to say that you should rest on your laurels, though, because it doesn't mean that you're untouchable. Certainly not. Not with nowadays being the strongest overall energy, okay? So don't assume for a single second that that means that you're untouchable, right? You do still have to pay attention and, you know, be smart with your decision making and, you know, take reasonable precautions, okay? I feel with this combination that this is a response to something that you're putting out energetically into the universe, okay? Something that you're doing. And this is the universe's response to you. So I'm going to find out more about that in just a minute, because I am going to clarify the rune messages with a different tarot deck, okay? Not the main deck, but a different one. And then we've also got a message about how you've got either a partner coming in or somebody who is going to be working closely with you, okay? And it's somebody in the physical, so it's another human, because it's right next to Midgard, which is the human realm. So interestingly enough, you've got the Asia realm, the heavens, if you will, if you prefer, okay? The heavens, and then the earth. And they're all working in harmony, in tandem with each other, right? So I could be reading for a particularly spiritual collective of Scorpios this week, right? You're being blessed by the gods. Something that you're doing is definitely approved of, okay? And then it benefits you in the earthy realm as well as it benefits you spiritually. So, yeah, I'm just going to grab another deck here a minute. One of me clarifying decks, and we'll find out more. Right, so what's this nowadays message all about, please? What's this nowadays? King of Cups. Okay, yeah, that is Scorpionic energy. The King of Cups could either be you, it could be your partner, and the Seven of Swords. Potential betrayal, right? That is going to cause a bit of a disaster going on at work. It's going on at work. Within a workplace, a work environment. I feel that this is indicating somebody at either your work or this King of Cups place of work is lying about this King of Cups, trying to cause suffering, trying to cause a disaster. It feels like an attack on someone's reputation. It feels designed to create as much misery as possible. Yeah, Three of Cups reversed, it's gossip. It's gossip and slander at someone's workplace. Right? So, again, make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. Because there is really, it's horrendous, right? This combination, nowadays King of Cups, Seven of Swords, Three of Cups, there's a really kind-hearted individual at a workplace who is being slagged off, like to the nth degree. To the point where this kind-hearted person is being made out to be the biggest see you next Tuesday that ever lived on planet Earth, right? And it's simply not true at all. Like this is a direct attack on someone's character in order to try and ruin their reputation, right? So if this is going on for you, Scorpio, and you recognize that this is going on for you, then when it comes down to your work situation, definitely do tread carefully, okay? And yes, that ties in with the message of anger. Of course, anybody would be angry about that. You'd have every bloody right to be. The thing is, the person who's responsible for this is kind of putting all of their bets on you getting so angry that you end up losing control of self and thereby adding fuel to the fire, as it were. Okay, does that make sense? So let's ask, who is it that's doing this? Seven of Pentacles. It could be a Taurus. It doesn't have to be. It's basically that this person, they think that they're being smart, right? They think that they're being strategic, yeah, and they're actually not smart at all. They're doing it because they're after some kind of brownie points here. You've got King of Pentacles, the Magician. This King of Pentacles has come out squiffy. And this Ace of Cups also has come out squiffy. Right? So this person's doing it for brownie points from another individual who is in charge that actually doesn't give a shit about them at all. Okay? That's why you got these that are coming out squiffy. So yeah, they're doing it to impress somebody higher up. And that somebody higher up doesn't actually give a shit about anyone or anything. That's why their energies come out off center with that King of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. So brownie points from a soulless individual. Fan-fucking-tastic. Lovely. So you're being treated as a bit of a sacrificial animal then, basically, Scorpio. I can't find any better way of putting that, right? So, here's the thing. With you being blessed by the gods and everything within the earthly realm for you, like your house, your home, your family, your job, your safety, your security, your ability to be a provider, in spite of these attempts being made here against you to do with your work or your career, because we saw that Eight of Pentacles, it's all actually, it's going to play out okay for you, right? So let's take a closer look into that, and then we'll move on to this energy here. And then, of course, we can get into, like, your healing crystal and stuff. So what's going on with this EWAS and Midgard? Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. That's come out a little bit squiffy. So things might be destabilized for you, but only temporarily. Okay, that's temporary destabilization in the earthy realm. Yeah, the moon, and there it is again, Eight of Pentacles, the moon and the Eight of Pentacles. Like, that's someone worried about their job, about their career, about their income, and rightly so. And I feel like Spirit's trying to put your mind at ease here and saying to you, yes, we know exactly how you feel about this. Okay, we know that you're scared as well. We know that you're scared for, like, your job, your career, your future. But we've got your back, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. Okay, answers in Asgard. So what's this message about being blessed by the gods, please? I will take that one. Interesting. So the Hermit and the High Priestess, and that one initially came out a little bit squiffy, as you would have seen. Now, both of these are massively spiritual cards, massively spiritual energies, okay? We've got soul searching. We've got a strong sense of self. There's also the ability to take accountability here. And then the High Priestess, which is your intuition. So for a hot minute there, you might have felt and genuinely believed that you had been abandoned by, should we just say, the forces unseen, because it's more inclusive for all beliefs, right? So you felt like you were abandoned by, like, your spirit guides, ancestors, the forces unseen, and they're really coming through for you very, very strong this week, where there's no longer going to be any doubt in your head. That's why that one was squiffy, because you had doubts. There's no longer going to be any doubt in your head that they are actually looking out for you and protecting you and guiding you, okay? So, yeah, really beautiful spiritual energies going on. And then you've got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So your worries, your anxieties, it has been heard. Excuse me, it has been heard. And we see that your prayers are being answered, okay? So I don't know if that helps you any. I hope that it does. But with that being said, I need to clear up some of these cards so I can move on to the next bit of your reading. Because we've not even done your healing crystal yet. For whatever reason, I felt it necessary, and I'm glad I did, to clarify all of that. Because usually we only get like 1 or 2 rune cards that come out. But for whatever reason, you had like 5 of them today. So I'm going to put Odin's rune up there, and listen. If you want to trace that out on a bit of paper, right, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's like a downwards pointing F. Keep it close to you, okay? And that's going to help you to harness Odin's energy, right? That'll give you strength, courage. It can also help you to tap into your sense of humour as well. If you feel like you've not really had much to laugh about or anything, that energy can help you to tap into your sense of humour as well as your strength and your courage. It helps for that knowledge and information to flow quicker and easier. So if you feel this week that you're struggling to retain information, or if you feel that you're really struggling with chronic brain fog or writer's block or anything like that, again, Odin's rune, it can help out with the flow of that energy. Okay, right, let's take a look at your healing crystal. You will have to forgive me, Scorpio, if you're new here. Then you might not have seen me try to use this deck before. I love this deck, right? It's phenomenal. Brilliant, brilliant find. The messages in it, beautiful. Very, very helpful messages. However, my beef with this deck is the shape, the size, far too small, shape far too awkward, and the cardstock far too thick. All of those things combined makes it a bit of a difficult deck to handle. So I've got to shuffle through the deck as best I can, and then I can cut the deck to actually get your message out, okay? It's just before anyone's like, oh, why are you shuffling like that? Well, I tell you what, you go out and get yourself that deck and you tell me how fucking hard it is to shuffle, okay? Right. Healing crystal. What's this one? Pink fluorite. Beautiful. And it says guidance, ease, and comfort. Plink. I've not done that for a while. Made a spoonerism. Plink. So we've got a new one for this week. Beautiful. Pink fluorite mends pieces of the soul, reintegrating its fragments to make you whole again. So yes, traumas, as we all know, some traumas can run deeper than others. It can make a person feel like their soul has been shattered into 1,000 pieces. And so your duty is to then go on a little bit of a inner journey to reclaim those pieces of your soul so that you can start putting yourself back together, basically. So for those who are on a journey of reclaiming those lost, missing, or forgotten parts of their own soul, and anyone who's been through significant trauma will know exactly what I mean by that, then maybe pink fluorite can help you with that particular journey of yours, okay? Sometimes we get lost along our journeys, and pink fluorite can assist us in coming back home to our true selves, right? So again, if you feel like you are one of these who might have become a bit of a sellout in favor of anything, usually it's in favor of some type of approval, no matter from who. Right, if you feel that you might have, strained off your path a little bit, then pink fluorite can get you back on your path. Staying present inside your body, acknowledging and accepting each moment as it is, and detaching yourself from outcomes that are helpful practices amplified by pink fluorite. This stone helps to ease despair, giving you a surge of comfort and confidence that you do have what it takes to make it through life's challenges. And this one is, it's saying Pisces and Mercury. So you might have Pisces placements in your chart this week that you're going to be tapping more into. Or with the mention of Mercury, which is the planet of communication, intellection. Wow, 2 spoonerisms in one day. How lucky are we? So we go months without any, and then we get 2 in one day. I find that absolutely incredible. Moving on. Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, reason. It's the messenger of the gods. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. And when you consider the messages that you've already had out in your reading, Scorpio, I do get the distinct impression that you're going to be inundated with messages and communication from beyond the veil this week. Okay. Definitely. Interesting. Right. This is the bit that I was nervous about. Okay. Here goes. So I'm going to take a deep breath, and we're going to pull one card from this deck. It always makes me nervous when the previously quiet decks all of a sudden start getting very, very loud. That has always made me nervous. Right, so what do you want to say to Scorpio? It's this one. Exorcist. There it is. Like, literally, your healing crystal, that pink fluorite, was about reclaiming lost, missing, or forgotten about parts of your own soul. An exorcist. It's doing that shadow work, isn't it? It's doing that shadow work. And we are taking it as the light attribute rather than the shadow attribute, okay? I only take the shadow attributes if the card was in reverse. It wasn't reversed. It just refused to go back in the deck. So you're being blocked. Energetically, Scorpio, your flow is being blocked because you've not yet freed yourself from destructive impulses with this exorcist energy. Because remember, you can tell so much about the energy by the way that the deck itself handles. And that one refused point blank to go back in the deck. Fair enough, if any of you guys have got that deck, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Archetypes or something. Anyone who's got that deck will tell you that's a really hard deck to handle. Like, it does not shuffle well at all. But it wasn't because of that it wasn't going back in the deck. Right? There's a refusal to acknowledge that something within you, Scorpio, is needing to be exercised. Right? It's shadow work. That's to do with trauma, traumatic memories that still haunt you, that are, needing to be exorcised out of you. I don't mean like from an actual exorcist. It's just a metaphor for doing that shadow work, right? What parts of yourself are you not acknowledging? What parts of yourself have you been ignoring for the longest time, right? Or perhaps even what parts of yourself might you have been blaming on other people? Yeah? Yes, absolutely, other people do contribute to trauma, right? I'm not saying that they don't. They abso-fucking-lutely do. But you as an adult, it is your duty to process what you've been through. That's the part that is up to you. That's the part where you have the power, right? So there's that one. Now we're going to see what this other deck had to say. Okay. Again, I'm still nervous. Because it's been a long time, especially for this one. What do you want to say to Scorpio, please? What do you want to say to Scorpio? Okay, there's a bit of awkwardness that's going on there. So they're saying that you could be making a situation harder or more awkward for yourself than what it actually needs to be. And that you just really do need to slow down and take your time with everything. Okay? And to not overcomplicate anything. Don't overcomplicate anything this week, Scorpio. They're saying that less is more. I've not even seen what card has come out yet. Okay? But definitely less is more. And try not to freak out. Try not to fret when even the little things are not going quite as smoothly as what you wish that it could be. Okay? The Hermit. Like literally. Right there. So that energy was on point. The Hermit. Introspection. Maturity. Knowing thyself. Quiet wisdom. They're saying that there is strength in silence, which is particularly useful to remember when we saw at the start of your read thereabouts, anybody who is going through a rough time at work, where somebody was trying to damage, not tarnish their reputation, but damage it, like destroy their reputation completely, right? There is strength in silence. And interestingly enough, the way that this card is illustrated, it's this beautiful ornate wooden door, right? And then you've got these keys all the way along the top. How many keys are there? It's 1, 2, oh. Gosh, how many keys are there really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for, again, that's strange because it's number 9, but there's 7 keys. Don't know if you can see that tiny black one there. It's probably not the best camera to do that on. Tiny black one there. Right, there's 7 keys, but it's card number 9. So 79, 97, 7 and 9. Maybe keep a lookout for those numbers. 7s and 9s. Possibly. Only one of their keys is going to fit that lock. That's what they're getting at. Only one of their keys will fit that lock. And here's the thing. They're saying you don't just get one chance. It's not like you can only pick one key and then try that lock and then go, oh shit, well that didn't work. Oh well. I'll give up then. It's not like that at all. Because there's going to be another 6 keys there that you can try. So the first key that you tried didn't open the door. Well, that's fine. Just take a little bit more time, grab another key and try that one and go through all of them until you find the key that will open that lock. How is that relevant to this week though? Do you know what, Scorpio? I haven't got a fucking clue. I don't know how that's going to be relevant to you this week. I feel like what they're saying is it's imperative that you do not give up this week at the first hurdle. I think that that's what they're saying, because you've got this something to do with exorcist, right? Freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Could that be a destructive impulse? Giving up too soon? Quitting too soon? It might be. It might even be something that you didn't realize that you were doing. Right? Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, the sun. And it's 19. So you've got 7, 9. Technically, there's another 9. The sun. It's growth, abundance, happiness. It's life. The sun is life-giving energy. So you have got joy, happiness, and optimism that stems from a place of being wise, being silent when the time requires for you to be silent, and for you to persevere also. All things in balance, right? All things in balance. Right, let's take a look at the tarot. I know we're like 36 minutes into the reading. I'm only just pulling out the main tarot deck. I just like to make sure that I've got all of the information out that I can possibly get for you. Okay, it is what it is. Like, it's still tarot. Like, all of these are still tarot cards. It's all still divination. Right. What's this exorcist for Scorpio this week, please? What's this exorcist? The Chariot. And that does come out a little bit squiffy. Card of victory. Forward momentum. Movement. Willpower. Willpower. So there's a question over your willpower. Do you have the willpower to stick it out? Yeah, 10 of Wands. That's stress. That's responsibilities. 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. Yeah. So there is a celebration here for you. It kind of feels to me like they're saying, look, you've been carrying this burden for so long. It's no wonder that you wanted to give up, right? But you need to find that strength and the willpower within you to somehow keep going. And you'll be glad that you did. So what's that 9 of Pentacles? This 9 of Pentacles for Scorpio, please. Because I feel that that is your rewards coming in. Right? It's been an uphill battle. It's been a struggle. It's been a lot. And now your rewards are coming in. And I feel that they're saying your rewards are coming in thick and fast. What's this 9 of Pentacles? It could come in the form of extra finances. It could come in the form of anything, right? Page of Wands reversed. Interesting. Because that's seriousness. 5 of Cups reversed. 6 of Pentacles reversed. Huh. With the 8 of Pentacles there. See, that's quite a miserable energy. And is in the upright position, right? It's the 8 of Pentacles. But he looks really miserable about it. He looks really sad about it. And then we've got this Page of Wands reversed. So this combination is saying that somebody is not finding any joy in what they're doing anymore. They just don't like it. It doesn't fill them up with enthusiasm. They don't feel like they can be fully themselves, or they don't feel like they can be fully creative. Okay, they feel that they just have to put up, shut up, do what they're told, and that's the end of it, and collect your paycheck at the end, right? Now, for you guys, that's just not fucking good enough. It's just nowhere near good enough for a Scorpion mind and the Scorpion creativity, right? So it's possible that you might be currently actively seeking out something new, okay, to do with your work or your career, Because there's no fun, there's no enjoyment in what it is that you do, or what it is that you do anymore, right? So with that, as long as you're making that decision not from a mindset of fuck you, fuck all this, I'm done, right? As long as you don't make the decision from that sort of angle, but make the decision more from that, you know what? I want to do this over here instead. Then because you're approaching it from a different mindset, you'll end up with a different result. Because you got the Five of Cups in reverse. That is a recovery. It's an emotional recovery. It can be a spiritual recovery also. And then you've got the Six of Pentacles in the reversed, which is a one-sided situation. And I kind of feel here that for some of you guys, there is an individual who is trying to get you to take all the flack, all of the blame for everything that doesn't go well, scapegoating you almost. And that's not right. Yeah, King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this week you are going to be making a firm decision to do with your job, your work, your career, right? Your profession, whatever it is that this Eight of Pentacles is about specifically for you. And I do feel that that is strongly getting at a work environment. Now, for anybody who's already retired, then it's to do with your additional income. Something to do with your additional stream of income that's just quite not good enough for you. It's not producing, it's not providing, it's not bringing it in for you. So you're going to be redistributing that, like recalling it and then sending it back out in a different direction. Okay, so you just have to take it as it resonates, because obviously not every single Scorpio is experiencing the exact same thing. Okay, but you can identify with the overall energy either way. Okay. So I do see an unfair situation here that is being corrected. I need to take a deeper look into that Six of Pentacles, because I'm just looking at that and I'm getting, it kind of feels a bit sneaky to me. So I need more information on that one. What's that Six of Pentacles? The Empress reversed, yeah. No growth, a lack of growth, a lack of maturity. That's suffocating energy, right? It's suffocating energy. Tell us more about that Empress reversed with the Six of Pentacles, please. Seven of Pentacles, and look how it's come out. Squiffy, practically in the reverse. Bad investment. Bad investment. So Spirit is wanting for you guys to acknowledge this week and to take action this week on anything and everything that you have been investing yourself into, or investing your resources, your money or your time or your affections or whatever, okay, resources in general. At the moment you're investing your resources into either a person or a situation that is, quite frankly, a bad investment. And that you've to stop doing it, and that you've to stop doing it this week. And that's going to be your homework. And as soon as you do that, you will experience exponential growth. Okay, so what's this Hermit and the Sun for Scorpio, please? Oh, the Queen of Cups now. So we've seen the King of Cups that's come out prior. Now you guys are getting the Queen of Cups that are coming out, which is love, it's compassion, it's empathy, spirituality. You've got the Knight of Swords that's coming out in the reverse. I feel like somebody is attacking. We've already seen that somebody's attacking your character, right? Or somebody that you care about's character at the start of your read. Now we've got the attack is turning on to you. If it wasn't already you at the start of the read. If that makes sense. But we've got aggression that's coming in towards the Queen of Cups. We've got harsh words, we've got name calling, we've got bullying towards this Queen of Cups. It's very forceful energy. It's tactless as well. So they're saying here with the Hermit and the Sun that the best response to this one, be it a different person from who we saw at the start of your read, or the same person, that's the thing I don't know yet. It kind of does feel like two different entities to me. Four total if you're including the two different attackers, if you will. The best response to this one is going to be no verbal response at all. And they're saying they don't deserve, they do not deserve for you to sit there and to try and explain to them why they're in the wrong. Because that would be like you trying to convince a person to like you, because you are genuinely a good, kind-hearted individual, and you're trying to convince them to like you when they've already set out to hate you right from the get-go. It's a waste of your time, your effort, your energy. It's a waste of everything. And furthermore, with the Hermit and the Sun, you've got nothing to prove to anybody anyway. Right? So you don't have to dignify that with any kind of response, and that's going to be the best response required. Okay, can you tell us more about this Knight of Swords reversed? Knight of Swords reversed. There's a lazy or tired energy connected to that. That's why the Four of Swords, yeah. The Four of Swords. Lazy or tired, yeah. The best thing to do there, Scorpio, is to act like it doesn't bother you, even if it does. Do you know what I mean? Act nonplussed. Act bored. Literally. When it comes down to them, act bored. And they will soon fuck off. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, Eight of Cups, it's come out squiffy. There you go. Act bored with them, they will soon fuck off. Okay? Let's find out more about who that is. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It could be a love rival. Because I was literally about to ask, well, you know, who is this person? It's a love rival. And the truth is, Scorpio, it's someone who sees you as being above them, which is why they're trying to pull you down. But yeah, let's ask, who is this person? This little upstart. Who are they? What's going on? It's squiffy. The Ten of Swords. It's someone who seems to think that they can have an effect on you, but in actual fact, like, you genuinely don't give a fuck. It could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It could be. It doesn't have to be. But it is somebody who's done this to you before. It is somebody who has betrayed you multiple times before in the past. Okay. Like, this is just the more recent in a very long line of shit that they've done to you, or said to you, or said about you, right? Yeah, the Two of Swords, and that one's come out squiffy, so you're not overthinking it, nonplussed, you're not worried about it. You're like, yeah, I know exactly how to handle that one. They're possibly quite narcissistic in nature and thrive off of attention, even negative attention. And you're like that, yeah, I'm not going to, no, I'm just not going to feed into that. There's no danger of me feeding into that. What's that one? What is that one? The Eight of Wands, and it came out reversed. Yeah, blocked. And Nine of Cups. Preemptively block this person if needs must. You might already have them on block, actually. You got the Two of Pentacles under there, which is weighing out options. So it's possible that this air sign is currently weighing out their options because they've already been sending you messages that haven't been getting through, right? So they're going to try and find a workaround for that. Oh, sad, 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 sad people. Either way, Scorpio, you've got to focus on what it is that you're doing, okay? You focus on your targets in life, your shadow work, your successes. Can I have a healing message for Scorpio, please? Okay. Honor thy worth. Let's take a look. What number is that one? 39. There you go, with another 9. 39. Where you be at? Okay. Oh, Scorpio. Right, honor thy worth. Many beings wish to be granted the tremendous honor and opportunity of a precious human birth. Amongst the apparent polarities of tensions of spirit and flesh, of light and dark, sacred and profane, rests the potential for embodied joyfulness, awakening beyond conditioning and freedom grounded in loving peace. Archangel Uriel asks you to give up stories of unworthiness, of shame or guilt. It is within the power of your heart to grant yourself the spiritual reprieve necessary to know true freedom and responsibility for your path. You have much within you that is of tremendous worth, and it can be shared simply, kindly, and daily. With yourself and for the benefit of others, you are worthy of so much. Recognize this and receive. So that tells me that somebody at some point, Scorpio, had been filling your head full of shit about how worthless, pathetic, ugly, this, that, and the next that you are, and none of it's true at all. And those words have stuck with you. And whoever was responsible for that might well be the one of the ones that is attempting to come back this week to try and put you back in that energy of worthlessness and self-doubt and this, that, and the next, right? So the way to fight back against that is to honor thy worth. Remember your worth. Remember your value. Remember that it is your birthright to be happy and to live in peace. That is your birthright. Okay? Yeah. Well, let's see if we can uplift this reading before we go with some wonderful words of wisdom from the Swear Tarot. And we'll see what comes out. Oh, interesting. Something isn't fair. Accept it, change it, or walk the fuck away. So something isn't fair, and yet you do still have choices, Scorpio. Just because a situation's not fair, it doesn't mean to say that your hands are tied behind your back, okay? Because you do still have choices. Love has finally fucking arrived. Nice. And don't let anything scare the shit out of you. Face your fears and bad habits. I think we've already seen that card before, haven't we? It was there. Right? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. www.thetarotsolution.com. The link for that is in my description box below. And if you're watching on mobile, then if you just click below where it says more, that will expand, and that's going to be my description box. So it's just, I've had a couple of emails going, how do I find your website? Because you say it's in the description box below, but there isn't a description box below. It is there if you just click the button that says more. It's not immediately obvious that you can click on that, but it will expand. And then, lo and behold, there's the link for my website right there. But yeah, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.